Hi, I'm Mike, the two-lane traveler, bringing you another road tripping video. Today we're going to visit the beautiful village of Watkins Glen, New York. 19 waterfalls, a gorge that drops 400 feet carved out of ancient rock. This is the Watkins Glen everyone knows, the one people travel across the country to see. And honestly, it's a place that leaves you genuinely speechless, a true masterpiece of nature. But just a few steps from all that power and beauty, there's a village with a story that most visitors walk right past. A story about high-octane racing on these exact streets, a history that shaped this town into something special, and a culture that defines the very heart of the Finger Lakes. So what is so special about Watkins Glen? Well, it's a whole lot more than just a really impressive gorge. Look, you can't talk about Watkins Glen without starting here. This place is hands down one of the most spectacular natural sights in the country. For 2 miles, Glen Creek makes a dramatic 400-foot descent through a narrow, winding gorge that it's been carving for thousands of years. The result is a stunning series of 19 different waterfalls, and each one has its own personality. The second you step onto the Gorge Trail, you're in another world. It's cool, it's misty, and the sound of rushing water is everywhere. The trail itself is an incredible piece of engineering with over 800 stone steps that wind right up through the canyon. This isn't some distant viewpoint. The path takes you directly behind waterfalls, through tunnels carved by hand, and over storybook stone bridges. And then there's Rainbow Falls, the most photographed spot in the park, where on a sunny day the mist creates a perfect vivid arc of color. The geology is just incredible. You can literally see the layers of soft shale and hard sandstone that created this staircase of waterfalls over millennia. The park we see today is largely thanks to the Civilian Conservation Corps. After a devastating flood in the 1930s, the CCC came in as part of the New Deal and completely rebuilt the trails. They replaced cold concrete and iron with the beautiful natural stonework that blends in so perfectly. This trail doesn't just feel like a hike, it feels like a journey into another time. It really is the crown jewel of the Finger Lakes State Parks, and while you could spend your whole trip here and be perfectly happy, you'd be missing the other half of the story. And a quick heads up for anyone planning a trip. Starting on July 7th, 2025, the main tunnel entrance and security bridge were closed for major upgrades, with a full reopening expected for the summer of 2026. Don't worry, the Gorge Trail will still be accessible through other entrances, but it's good to keep in mind. Once you step out of that natural cathedral, you find yourself in the village of Watkins Glen, a place with a history as rich as the gorge is deep. It was settled way back in 1791 and named for Dr. Samuel Watkins, a local visionary who, along with his brother, was key to building this area into a bustling community. Back in the 1800s, this was a major transportation hub thanks to the Chemung Canal, which connected Seneca Lake to a whole network of rivers and supercharged the local economy. You can still feel that history when you walk down Franklin Street today. The village is filled with charming 19th century architecture, including a distinctive Flatiron building. The whole downtown is incredibly walkable, lined with local shops, cozy cafes, and restaurants that give it a welcoming small-town feel. It's not just a town you pass through, it's a destination. It's the kind of place where you can grab an ice cream and watch the boats in Seneca Harbor after a morning spent hiking. The community here is proud of its roots, and that authenticity is a huge part of its charm. But there's another, much louder side to this village's history. This is the story that truly sets Watkins Glen apart. It began in 1948 when a law student named Cameron Argetsinger saw the winding scenic roads around his hometown and imagined a European-style road race. The The first post-World War II road race in the United States was held right here on these public streets. Today, the village itself is the monument. That original 6.6-mile course ran right through the middle of town. If you walk down Franklin Street, you can find a checkered flag marking the humble start-finish line. It's incredible to stand here and picture the contrast. The quiet streets of today were once the stage for a new and dangerous sport. That danger eventually led to the creation of a permanent track, now known to race fans everywhere as the Glen. For years it hosted the Formula One United States Grand Prix, and today it's a premier stop for NASCAR and IMSA. But the soul of that history isn't just at the track, it's written all over the village, in the names of local businesses, in the checkered flag motifs, and the memorabilia you'll spot in shop windows. This racing legacy creates an amazing contrast with the quiet, peaceful gorge just a short walk away. If you're finding this journey into the hidden side of Watkins Glen interesting, and if you love discovering places with more to them than meets the eye, do me a favor and hit that like button. And for more deep dives into unique travel destinations, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss what's next. Beyond the gorge and the racetrack, Watkins Glen's location at the southern tip of Seneca Lake puts it right in the heart of the Finger Lakes region. Seneca Lake is the biggest and deepest of the Finger Lakes, and the unique climate around it has turned the hillsides into a paradise for vineyards. Watkins Glen is the anchor of the world-famous Seneca Lake wine trail, which has dozens of award-winning wineries, breweries, and distilleries. You could spend days just exploring the trail, sampling crisp Rieslings and bold reds, often poured by the very people who own the vineyards. With events celebrating local food and wine pairings, it's a true destination for anyone who loves to eat and drink well. Of course, the lake itself offers a whole other world of things to do. You can hop on a Captain Bill's boat tour to learn about the area's history from the water, or just relax by the marina at Waterfront Park. And that's what makes this place so special. It isn't just one thing. It's a gateway to a world-class state park. It's a village steeped in history. It's the birthplace of American road racing. And it's the perfect home base for exploring the food, wine, and stunning beauty of one of America's great regions. So what's so special about Watkins Glen? It's the unique, unexpected combination of it all. It's where the raw, sculpted beauty of a prehistoric gorge meets the adrenaline-fueled legacy of a modern racetrack. It's a place where you can lose yourself on a quiet, misty trail in the morning and then stand on a street corner that made motorsport history that same afternoon. Most visitors come for the 19 waterfalls, and they are absolutely right to. But the real magic of Watkins Glen is what you discover after. It's the charm of the village, the passion of its history, and the warmth of its people. It's a place that manages to be both a natural wonder and a cultural touchstone, and there just aren't many places like that left. I hope you enjoyed this visit to Watkins Glen, New York, and I hope you get the opportunity to see it for yourself. Thanks for watching.